The Golden State Warriors just sent a message to the rest of the NBA. As you all know, the Warriors faced off against the Lakers most recently, and they smoked them 134 to 120. So we're going to be going through 5 reasons why the Golden State Warriors have been red hot as of lately, and how this is going to help them make another deep playoff run this season, and hopefully win another NBA championship. So make sure to like this video, and guys, 92% of you are still not subscribed to the channel, so it means the world if you get subscribed to the channel, hit that red button down below. The first is that Steph Curry shot lights out from the field. Now, as you all know, Steph has been out for some games, but he's finally back in the roster, and he did play this game against LA Lakers very well. When we look at Steph, he actually had himself 23 points, also 8 assists and 7 rebounds. So was pretty close to a double-double, which was fantastic. But when we look at his efficiency from the field, that's where we see a very different story. He started and went 7 from 9 from the field, and also went 6 from 6 from the three-point line. So guys, he went 100% from the 3 and also took 6 threes in this game. That is honestly insane. And to top it all off, also went 3 from 4 from the free throw line, which is fantastic. But overall, Steph Curry had himself a very good game. He actually had the second highest blocks plus minus score, which was great to see. But on top of everything, I think having Steph in that lineup back in action has definitely been huge for them. We definitely saw in this matchup, they did win by 14, but the whole game, the Warriors really did dominate them every single quarter. And I do believe when Steph is out there, there's definitely a different type of energy for this Warriors team. So having Steph back in the lineup is not only great, but it's great and also will be very beneficial to have him during playoff season. As we all know, Steph has done wonders for this team, and I think they definitely have a very good shot if Steph can stay healthy during this playoff run. When it comes to Steph so far this season, where I have seen him really much improve is definitely on the defensive side of things. We've seen him not be too much of a defensive liability, which is great to see. I think that is definitely going to help this team even further, as they aren't able to, take advantage of having poor defenders out there like they used to with Steph. Steph has definitely become not only just a good on-ball defender, but off-ball defender as well. And I think it will continue on throughout the rest of the season. So they have a pretty good chance, and with Steph playing the way he has been playing, I really don't see them stopping or slowing down anytime soon. The biggest thing I've noticed about Curry so far over the last couple of games, especially when they have been on this win streak, is that Steph isn't focused on just scoring anymore for this team. He is only giving us 20-25 points per game over the last 6 games, but what I do love about it is that he is getting his teammates involved, and his teammates are also stepping up. The second is that Klay Thompson had himself another great shooting night. As you all know, Klay Thompson has been playing fantastic over the last couple of games. He has been able to put on a show ever since Steph was out with the injury, and now that Steph was back into this lineup against the Lakers, Klay Thompson did not change one bit. He was actually the highest scorer in this matchup with 27 points. He also went 5 from 10 from the three-point line, so went 50%, and also shot 10 from 16 from the field as well. So Klay Thompson is back in action, and we have seen him put up some spectacular numbers over the last couple of games, and we think it should continue into this next one. When it comes to Steph and the highlights that we are showing right now, or even just over the last couple of wins that they have had, I definitely see Klay Thompson gaining a lot more confidence and playing the basketball that he always loves to play, which is spot up shoot, or also off one dribble shooting as well. I think this is where Klay Thompson really does perform the best. Klay doesn't really have that ISO game maybe like Stephen Curry, but he doesn't need to. He's able to give you a bucket off 1 to 2 dribbles and be very efficient at it. I think that's what Klay does best, and what he should also focus on when it comes to playing a role in this team in order to win another NBA championship. Now, Lakers are ranked pretty low. They are still in the play-ins. However, when it comes to Lakers and also Warriors, they are very tough teams, especially coming into these playoffs. And the fact that Golden State Warriors were able to actually beat them by 14 points in this matchup, I think really does tell a telltale sign of Klay Thompson and also the rest of the Warriors and what they are capable of doing against strong teams. Klay, on top of everything, has definitely improved a lot more on defense. He probably won't be the same defender like he was before the injury, but you do got to remember that's what we got Jonathan Kuminga for, that's what we got Andrew Wiggins for, and the list really does go on and on. So they don't really lose too much in seeing Klay Thompson not being the same lockdown defender that he always was. He's still a great defender, but on top of that, what's most important is that he has been able to continue to improve his efficiency from shooting from the field. The third is that Draymond Green had himself another fantastic game. So this has surprised a lot of people, but Draymond Green in this matchup actually had 15 points, 10 assists, and also 6 rebounds, and almost had himself a triple-double. On top of that, he also went 5 from 7 from the three-point line and 5 from 7 from the field, which I thought was great. But on top of everything, what I do love about Draymond Green is his aggressiveness to be able to score at will. And this is something from Draymond Green that he definitely lost a little bit over the last couple of seasons, but now he's back to scoring, which I think is honestly fantastic. There was a time, especially last season, we saw it a lot, where the Golden State Warriors focused and solely focused on Steph Curry when it came to scoring. And now Draymond Green, also other players like Klay Thompson that we talked about previously, are now putting up their numbers in that points department, and I think it honestly makes his team that much better. It's very easy to stop one player from scoring, even if that player is Steph Curry. But now that they are all starting to score more and starting to be more aggressive on the offensive side of things, it's honestly made them 10 times better and has had them beat a lot of strong teams over the last couple of games and throughout this season. When it comes to Draymond, what I love about his game is that he is only pretty much a spot up 3-point shooter, but that's definitely what you need, especially off pick and pop and pick and roll situations. I think Draymond not only shoots very well, but the fact that he is still able to give them 10 assists and also 6 rebounds, I thought was honestly great. On top of this, he had himself 1 great block and also got himself almost a triple-double, but a double-double is just fine for this game, especially for someone of Draymond's caliber. The fourth is that the Golden State Warriors as a team shot the ball at a very efficient rate. Now, I have been talking about this over the last couple of games, but I think a big reason why the Warriors have been able to win so many games is not just due to the fact that they are a great scoring team, but they score at a very efficient rate, and especially in a fast rate as well. Now, when it comes to Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, in this matchup, their field goal percentage, they actually had a field goal percentage of 58.8%, almost 60%, which is honestly insane from the field. And to put that also in perspective, the Lakers shot only 45% from the field in this matchup. So definitely a huge difference between the two. If we also look at 3-point percentages, where it gets crazy, the Lakers shot 34.3% from the 3-point line, which is pretty common, definitely a shooting range that, is considered average. However, when we look at the Golden State Warriors actually went 26 from 41 from the 3-point line, which is a 64% 3-point percentage. Guys, that is honestly insane. A 60% 3-point shooting night was honestly insane, especially for a team like the Golden State Warriors, who do have some of the great shooting players that they do have. To look at some of the numbers, Steph went 6 from 6. Also, Draymond Green went 5 from 7. Klay Thompson 5 from 10 as well. We also had podziemski, who went perfect 3 from 3 as well. So there were a lot of great shooting nights from the Golden State Warriors in that 3-point department, and that's definitely a big reason why they were able to get that 14-point win. Now, if we look at the free throw percentages, this is where the Lakers definitely did a little bit better. They actually shot 83% from the free throw line, also went 20 from 24, and I do think this is where Golden State Warriors could definitely improve, and if they did improve, they probably would have beat them by a lot more, and it could have been a very big blowout win. But the Warriors actually shot 14 from 21 from the free throw line, and I only went 66%. So I definitely see that the Golden State Warriors could definitely improve in that free throw department. It's definitely going to be a huge factor, especially in playoff and also championship time. So they are shooting great from the field, are shooting great from the 3-point line, but I think the free throw is definitely where they definitely need to improve in, especially before the playoffs begin. The fifth is that Gary Payton continues to be an underrated asset for the Golden State Warriors. Now, as you all know, Gary Payton II has definitely had some limelight taken away as other big stars coming into this roster, such as Jonathan Kuminga has come up, also Trace Jackson-Davis, Brandon Podziemski. So Gary Payton II has definitely taken a little bit of a backseat, but he has absolutely done a fantastic job over the last couple of days, due to the fact that even if he is only playing 15 to 20 minutes, he's giving it all out there, and he's also doing a fantastic job. And I think recognition needs to be recognized for the way GP2 has been playing. This game, he actually had himself 9 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist, and also had himself a monster block. But on top of everything, I think Gary Payton II really does provide that defensive ability, that not many of these other players can definitely do. He really does give that X factor off the bench, and I do believe him in this team is definitely not just a match made in heaven, since they did actually lose him after that championship season to the Trailblazers, who finally find his way back into the Warriors uniform. But on top of that, I think even if he is only getting 10 to 15 minutes, it's definitely a great sign to see him out there on the floor. He definitely provides a lot that not many people can really put on the stat sheet. The intangible things that he does out there on the floor is definitely something that I love about his game. Now, GP the second has definitely taken a backseat to, I now do believe, is Brandon Podziemski. I think Podziemski is very similar into the way GP the second and the way Steve Kerr actually plays them both, but the fact that they have been able to play off the bench together, I think is honestly a really good tandem duo. Podziemski in this matchup had himself 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists, and I find Podziemski to be a scoring version of GP the second, and that's maybe one of the reasons why Steve Kerr has played him quite a few minutes more than GP the second. But I do believe Payton still has the potential to continue to be great and to continue to provide for this team, even if it's 10, 15, or 20 minutes per game. When it comes playoff time, he's definitely going to be needed, and I think GP the second still and will be able to provide a lot for this team when it comes to the crunch time.